Now it's time to start taping and mudding. A few tools is needed. Here's your pan to hold your mud. Some knives, they come in different sizes. All different kind of things to use. This is for getting in the corners with. Get you some tape, a bucket of mud, and I get the all-purpose ready mix. That's already mixed up. And some people, they use it straight out of the bucket, and then some thin it out. So I tell you, I would say, get you a bucket of water, have you a melter and a drill. A few other things you can have a little small rolling scaffold, which I have one, and some steps, which I have that too. This ceiling is low enough that I can just stand and just touch it, so no scaffolding or steps or anything of that nature is needed. You want to wear some gloves and put you some old clothes and old shoes on, because this will get messy. As my wife say, all my clothes are work clothes. Put you on some clothes you don't mind messing up. You can get your mud in a bag and a powder mix and a powder and add your water and mix it up that way, but you know, I always say, I don't work no harder than I have to. That's why I get this is already mixed up. Pour a little water in it. Mix it up according to how you want it, as thin as you want it, or keep it as thick as you would like to have it. Always keep your mixer clean. Get all this off of there, and then if you got a water hose, go spray it off with the water hose. That way you won't have this mud to stay on here and cake up and dry on it. Get all you can and then go rinse it off. Just clean my mixer off. Look good as new. If you haven't done it already, get your broom and clean up everywhere. Keep from getting dust in your mud while you're working. Get your pan. Scoop out some mud in it. You got these blades on here so you can keep your knife clean. Up to you how much mud you want to put in your pan while you're working. This plastic that comes over top, I'll leave that on your lid. Sit that over there, keep from getting dust in your bucket. When you start the mud, I'm gonna put some over all these screws, all of them. You do that right there, they'll tell you how flush your screw is. To get one, then you need to get your drill out and run it in a little bit tighter. You could do that all the way through all your walls if you wanted to before you really get started. That way you make sure everything is in there. Now, when you get back to mudding, you want to hit all your screw holes. Every last one off. Even if a little hole that we attempt to put a screw in and miss it or whatnot, you'll hit all your holes, all your screw holes. The reason why I missed that for right now, because I got to take that same. These screws around the doors, as long as you got them fairly close, probably about 1.5 to 2 inches, you really don't have to worry about mudding on top of them unless you really want to, because if you have some door trim around here, unless you had a case opening, if it wasn't going to be no door here at all, then you put sheetrock right here and put your corner bead right here and run it all in together. Also down here, these screws at the bottom, you really don't have to worry about mudding them because your base trim should cover that up if you're going to put base trim in there. Just take your time. You don't have to be slinging mud all over the place. Just take your time and put it on there. Because if you take your time, it's going to be easier on your long run. One, it's less cleanup because you won't have everything all over the place. And two, if you're going to sand it, you don't have that much to sand. Some people just throw mud all over the place and then it be caked up about 1/4 inch out. But so you go that's just smooth. That's smooth as silk right there. If your mud starts to stiffen up, just put a little drop of water in. You just take your knife and just flick a little bit of water into your pan. Then stir it up a little bit. Get a little bit. Just drop it over in your pan. Right there. Just give it a stir. If you feel your mud starting to stiffen up on you some, that's all you gotta do. Don't put too much in there because you get it too thin. If you got boxes overcut a little bit, put a little mud right there. I forgot to put the masking tape over top my receptacles and switches like I told you I was. But you see I don't have no mud on it. That's because I'm taking my time. You ain't got to sling mud all over the place and make a big mess. But I will eventually. I'm gonna go back and tape them up. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead, keep everything clean, and hit all my screws all the way around. Up in the ceiling. Next, I'm going to tape the joints. When you start taping, this is where you're going to use a lot of mud at. A lot of people do stuff different ways. You also can have a holder where you can put your tape on your hip. It's up to you where you want to start. When you seam will start in the corner. Because I'm not a professional sheetrocker. I just, something I learned on my own. To just do it for myself. I'm going to start up top in the ceiling. You put on there any way you want to. Like I say, I'm not a professional sheetrocker and drywall person. Y'all put the mud on there first, and then come back and put the tape on it. Now that I got my mud up in my corner in the ceiling, I'm going to take my tape. I'm just going to stretch it out to let it on the wall and cut it off. What I'm going to do next, I'm just going to take my tape. It's got you see there's a crease in there, so I'm just going to fold it along the crease so I can get in the corner. Now I'm going to just put it in place up in my corner. Except if I have my knife. Take it up in them corner. Take it up in that corner. Now I'm gonna work with it now. Get up in there. Squeeze that mud out. From behind it. Make sure I got me a good crease. Got my crease going good. Try not to have no bubbles in it nowhere. When we're doing it, try to feather it out so you can put a little pressure right here, but not a whole lot of pressure on this bottom end. Just kind of feather it out. I'll do the same thing up here, the top part. Do that all the way across. When you button your corner bead, just put your, just let it come down like that, all the way up. And take your knife, slide it back up like this, kind of maybe at an angle. like that. So your corner bead, when you put the corner bead, you gotta look gap anyways. So you do that, then it's gonna be, if you can see, coming up, if you can see the bottom of my blade, it look pretty much even now. Turn my blade up that way so you can catch the mud and won't fall on the floor. Everything has been taped and mudded. Let this dry. Come back with your knife. Scrape it down a little bit. Repeat the process of mudding it. A lot of people put 2 and 3 coats on here. And then go from there. I'm not going to do all that sanding because I don't like sanding. I don't like it dust. So what I'm going to do, after this drying everything, I'm going to texture the walls and the ceiling. I'm going to stipple the ceiling. Some people say smack the ceilings, but I'm going to stipple the ceiling. Cleanup time. The mud is left over, just scrape it out. That good mud, put it back in the bucket. That plastic that came with it, put that in there. Put your lid back on top of it. Keep it sealed good. So it don't dry out. So you can use it when you come back and start stempling and whatnot. Now I'm going to go to the water hose, clean all this out real good. Throw it in this bucket of water that I had. Go outside and clean it up. And when I finish, I'll probably take some oil or something and rub on him to keep it from rusting. This is what a window look like after you put your corner bead on there and mud it all the way around. To speed the process of this drying, you can put your a fan or a heater in here to speed up the process for it to dry faster if you need to.